back when I'm Mr. Corn.
Okay.
I'm the Fred Julie guy.
Nice, nice. Sure, I'll be seeing him here in a week or so.
Send my cards.
I will do that.
Tell him you met me.
Yep. Easy to remember.
He and I are the same height almost.
You're a little taller.
Huh?
You're a little taller.
No, not even
Slightly.
close.
Well?
I'm 5'4". Taller than me, 5'7" or 8".
I'll pretend like I didn't hear that. Been down here like all week?
I did when they came down.
Yeah.
I actually live in Grand Desert.
Okay.
So that's my home, but I'm there a week a month. I'm in Milwaukee, I'm in Atlanta, I'm in Nashville, Scouting, I'm here, I'm there.
Yeah.
How would you describe this lately?
Yeah, nice to know. Get a little bit. I thought we played fast. It was a pretty good body game control for the most part. We gave up 7 shots on the nose, 5 on our penalty kill. So obviously, discipline, staying with blocks is important tonight. But yeah, it was
My
a good
favorite
hockey
guys
game.
to pay for wheelings in Milwaukee right now. Kyle Marino.
Oh yeah. I think he's a tough guy. I like a tough guy.
Yeah, I do. He's a good guy though.
He is a
5
good
second
guy.
goal scorers for the Everblades last night, and Alex Kyle with a goal and assist here in the first start. It's always a great sign to see Kyle heating up, especially this time of year.
Yeah, we're going to need guys to step up offensively to make a deep run here. Guys like Alex Kyle, Colton Hardware. So nice to see our best score last night. Both beautiful goals, and hopefully that's a great sign.
Power play clicking as well. Kyle Betts getting a redirection and scoring that power play goal. And so things really starting to come together here as we head into game 72.
Yeah, that our league in particular has done a great job 2 nights in a row, and they control the puck possession in the offensive zone. And nice to see Kyle Betts probably hasn't made as much of an impact on the score sheet as his play would indicate. I mean, he's been arguably one of the best players. Certainly, a guy that's rewarding for the game.
One guy that had another good night was Bill Pram, the goaltender, 23 saves last night. Finishes up with a career high 11 on the year.
Yeah, that's great. Will's, he's a good goalie. He's got a ton of potential. He's continuing to get better every game. So he made big saves in the game.
You work in the summer for these guys? Or?
No, I do camp for so long.
Gotcha.
I do camp for kids.
Okay. I'll keep you busy.
Head-to-head against Atlanta again, third game in 4 nights. What type of a game do you expect here tonight in the final regular season home game of the Everblades?
Yeah, always a weird game for the last game of the year. There's a lot more for us at stake moving forward. But I think Atlanta can have a lot of pride and something to start the game. So, just focus on ourselves. Make sure we maintain the habits here and play hard.
Thanks, Mark. That's the head coach and general manager of the Florida Everblades, Brad Bell. And straight ahead, it's the Gladiators and the Everblades here at Hertz Arena.
Hello all and welcome to a Saturday night edition of Atlanta Gladiators Hockey. Liam Gotimer here with you for the second to final time this season. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you as the Gladiators complete their 3-game set and season series with the Florida Everblades. With that, let's take you back to the last game these two teams played against one another. And well, it was the final score, same final score as the first game, 5-2. Enjoy the highlights. Colin Tyson now with Jesse Lansdale on the line with Tyson. We saw Lansdale on the right last night. This evening he is on the left. Here's a centering beat score! A minute 9 in, 1-0. Here is Dylan Carabia in his own zone to the left of Ethan Hyder. That's right, if you did miss it on Fan Appreciation Day. As the Everblades score 2-minute liner for a hook. Is in between the circles, turning is Pearson. He shoots, scores! Jackson Pearson, a power play goal. 39 seconds into the second period. 8 seconds into the power play, just under 40 seconds into the period. Jackson Pearson, number 19, gets the goal. And it was a bouncing puck that was settled and fired. No pass to the front, given by the Glads. Sandbrook keeps it moving. Slap shot, score! Nearly got all the way through to the net, but Hyder stopped them down, but they score. And the next goal. Hyder makes a stop. Meanwhile, Francis, he's got a man to his left. The puck comes back to him. Scores! Ryan Francis. It's 4-2. The goal comes at 11:45 for Ryan Francis. Back in the lineup, back on the score sheet. He takes a hit to the back, loses possession of the puck. Glad still with it at the circle, but now Florida has it in the neutral zone for the empty net and the win. Florida scores. As you just saw, Alex Kyle and Colton Hargrove each lighting the lamp for the home side in the first period. Come the second, Atlanta would get on the board themselves. Inside the opening minute of the second stanza, it would be Jackson Pearson, number 19, the second-year pro. He would score his 10th goal of the year, reaching double-digit markers for the second straight season. Derek Topatic, the lone assist on the play. However, Florida would respond with 2 straight, one before the second period was out and one early in the third. Kyle Betts and Jesse Lansdale, 13th and 14th for Betts and Lansdale in that order. Ryan Francis at 11:45 of the third period would give the Gladiators their second goal of the contest. His 13th from Jordan Frasca. At 19:49, with the net empty, Andrew Fighton for the Everblades would put the game away with an empty netter, assisted by Connor Doherty. Atlanta outshot Florida 10-8 in the opening period. The Everblades responded, outshooting the Gladiators 12-8 in the second, and the Everblades finished off Atlanta, outshooting the Gladiators 10-7 in the third. In its totality, the game's shots on goal, 30-25 in favor of Florida. Atlanta 1 for 3 on the power play. The Everblades 1 for 2 on the man advantage. The goaltenders, Ethan Hyder for Atlanta, in his 35th appearance of the year, lost game number 14. He made 25 saves on 29 shots, 1 goal surrendered via the empty net. The victory in between the pipes for Florida, Will Cranley made 23 saves on 25 stops. Pre-game coverage of Atlanta Gladiators hockey will continue after this break.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 37th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; Bellevue University, official higher education partner; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2025 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2025 ECHL Hockey Heritage Weekend. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators hockey. Liam Gotimer here with you. Puck drop not too far away from Hertz Arena as the Everblades and the Gladiators duel for a third straight game. Now it's time for your starting lineups for each team. First, for your Atlanta Gladiators, presented by Sen XL Georgia. The first line, Cody Sylvester, Jackson Pearson, and wouldn't you know it, Eric Neely, number 59, returns on the right side. Carson Denemy, Nick Wong, and Alex Young is the second line. Mickey Burns, Tyler Dravich, and Randy Hernandez is line number 3. Ryan Cranford, Connor Galloway, and Easton Armstrong finishes the forward group off. And on defense, Anthony Furiolo, as always, with Derek Topatic, Jeremy Hansel paired up with Zach Yoder, and Andrew Jarvis with Brendan Datema. Yoder slots in for Dylan Carabia. Drew DeRitter is in between the pipes. The scratched players, Alex Campbell, Jordan Frasca, Dylan Carabia, Joey Cipollone, and Ryan Francis. Now on to the other side for the home side, the Florida Everblades. Oliver Chow, it's the first time we have seen him during this 3-game set, and he will be on the first line on the left side. In the middle is Kyle Betts, number 26, and on the right is Logan Lambden, the man who had a hat trick on Wednesday. Jesse Lansdale, Colin Tyson, and Alex Kyle is the second line from left to right. Dylan Hamiluk, Colton Hargrove, and Isaac Nurse is line number 3. And the fourth line, Harrison Israel's Andrew Fighton, and the physical Kyle Newber. On defense, Cole Moberg with Jordan Sandbrook, Sean Allen, and Santino Centerami. Curtis Henry paired up with Hunter Sansbury. Cam Johnson, as he was on Wednesday, back in the net for the Everblades. Brad Ralph trying some different combinations, both on defense and up front. But the goaltender, that does not change. Getting 2 out of the 3 starts in the head-to-head series this week. Cam Johnson, one of the best to ever put on a uniform in the ECHL. Now on to our players to watch. First, for your Atlanta Gladiators, I'm looking at Derek Topatic, number 28. He was Atlanta's midseason All-Star, playing in his 70th game of the year. 11 goals, 34 helpers, and 45 total points for Topatic. He's paired up with Anthony Furiolo in tonight's game. The blue liner out of Mississauga, Ontario, produces a lot of points from the blue line. He is going to provide an impact if Atlanta is going to find its mojo offensively. Now on to the Everblades. I'm looking at Jesse Lansdale, number 34. The young forward. Lansdale lit the lamp in the third period, really extending the Everblades lead to beyond reach for the Gladiators. He scored at 1:36 of the third, his 14th, assisted by Alex Kyle, the goal coming at even strength. Now, last but certainly not least, the South Division standings. The South Carolina Stingrays, with their victory last night, have clinched the South Division title. That means that the Florida Everblades have no chance of being number 1 at the end of the regular season, but they're still number 2, and they have clinched their spot in the Kelly Cup playoffs. The third spot belongs to the Jacksonville Icemen, and the fourth spot, the Orlando Solar Bears. Atlanta and Savannah looking up to Orlando, 17 points each behind fourth place Orlando, and the Greenville Swamp Rabbits in that 7th and final spots. The playoff matchups have been confirmed. It'll be the South Carolina Stingrays taking on the Orlando Solar Bears, and the Florida Everblades, who Atlanta will see tonight for the final time this season, battle the Jacksonville Icemen. With that, let's send it to another quick break, and then when we return, more pregame coverage on Flow Hockey and YouTube.
Oh, blimey, you've let us astray again.
But these maps are so tricky.
I've got your treasure.
Do tell, Natty.
Play Keno and win money every 3.5 minutes. Kevin, give the signal. You pick 10 numbers.
Fire!
Then Keno picks 20.
The more we be matching, the more we be winning. Ah! And now we feast.
Or not. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators Hockey. Liam Gotimer here with you. We are just moments away from player introductions for each team from Hertz Arena, and then the national anthem, followed by puck drop as these two teams battle one last time this season. Be sure to stick with us on Flow Hockey and YouTube, and don't miss the drop of the puck.
Everblades, presented by Hertz. Starting at forward, number 7, also at forward, the captain, number 20, Hertz. At forward, number 26, Kyle Betts. Starting on defense, number 2, Cole Mulder. Also on defense, number 6, Jordan Sandbrook. And tonight's starting to goal is number 33, Dan Johnson. Everblades fans, would you please rise at this time and remove your hats as we welcome Diplomat Elementary to perform God Bless America. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Please welcome tonight's performers, Palmetto Elementary School.
A wonderful edition of our national anthem and God Bless America. The puck drop not too far away from Hertz Arena. Be sure to stick with us on Flow Hockey and YouTube.
Thank you, captains. Thank you for student and proper roofing. And now, would you please welcome Dr. Nick Mauricio, along with his sons Nico and Theo, to drop the puck. Thank you so much, Dr. Mauricio, Nico, and Theo, and Radiology Regional. Dr. Mauricio and Radiology Regional's subspecialty expert radiologists are proud to keep our players at the top of their game and support our community with world-class care by reading images from cutting-edge technology. Everblades Executive Vice President and Chief Revenue Officer Chris Palin is presenting tonight's pink and orange jersey to Radiology Regional. Thank you so much. Last but not least, would you please welcome tonight's Kid of the Game. Please welcome Tessa.
A warm welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators Hockey. Liam Gotimer here with you for the second to final time this season. We've got a Let's Play Hockey at ice level from Hertz Arena. Let's take you there.
Tell everyone those three magic words.
Let's play hockey indeed for the final time this season. The Glads and the Blades. Atlanta enters 28-33, 7-2. They have lost their previous 2 games against the Everblades this week, both by the same final score, that being 5-2. Florida will not win the South Division title, but still one heck of a season. 48-15, 7-1 for 104 points. Now it's time for your starters presented by Sen XL Georgia. From left to right, your Atlanta Gladiators will begin with Cody Sylvester, Jackson Pearson, and the captain, he's back, Eric Neely, number 59. On defense, it'll be Derek Topatic with Anthony Furiolo, and wearing their black and pink jerseys as they did last night. The Florida Everblades skate from right to left, and they will begin with the defense pairing of Jordan Sandbrook and Cole Moberg. And the forwards, Oliver Chow, number 20 on the left, Kyle Betts, and Logan Lambden. The Glads have not seen Oliver Chow this week as Drew DeRitter makes the save 27 seconds into the game. But Oliver Chow, dangerous, 21 goals, 24 helpers, and 45 points in 57 games played this year. First line heads off and a new unit on for the Glads. Your scratches, if you missed them during the pregame, Alex Campbell, Jordan Frasca, Dylan Carabia, Joey Cipollone, and Ryan Francis. And a little bit of a switch up in the top 6. Nick Wong enters, and he'll skate alongside Alex Young and Carson Denemy. And it is that line out there right now. And they do good work to get the puck over all 3 lines. And here is Alex Young to the right of Cam Johnson, the goaltender for Florida, who made 20 saves on 22 shots on Wednesday. He earned his 36th win of the year, the Troy, Michigan native, as Colin Tyson drops the puck off to Alex Kyle, number 23, who kicked us off last night, 69 seconds into the game. And that chance, well, I think coming at right around the same time. Now we've reached the 69-second mark. My first goal prediction. All right, let's do it. How about the captain, Eric Neely? This could be his final game. Maybe we'll see him tomorrow. But you know he's playing with a purpose, as if he doesn't already play with a purpose every night. As we have a stoppage. The faceoff will come into the offensive zone for the Glads. To the side of Cam Johnson, who once again makes his 47th appearance of the year. 36, 6-4 the record. A 1.94 goals against average and a save percentage of .920. 5 games in which he has not allowed the opponent a goal, AKA a shutout. Tyler Drevich on this line with Mickey Burns and Randy Hernandez, and the Glides keep it in. Here is Brendan Datema, who scored against Cam Johnson. Wow. Didn't have time to ask the producer for a matchup graphic. Sneezed right on air. How about that? You gotta love it. Now here's an odd man rush. Burns across. Hernandez looks to settle it down. And Johnson makes a save, and he makes another. Perhaps gets some help from the crossbar, too. Oh, boy, I'm going to get roasted for that one. Here's another takeaway by the Glads. This time it's Cranford at the boards. He'll look to center, but it's taken by Florida instead, and he'll streak up through center ice. Fired into the far boards. You know, I had the loudest sneeze in high school, middle school, all throughout college, even here at work, bothering everybody, trying to make cold calls Monday morning with my loud sneeze. As we are exactly 2.5 minutes into the game here, we have an offsides at the Gladiator line. Shot on goal, 1-1. 2.5 minutes into the game. The scratches for Florida, Cade Landry, who we have not seen in either game, Craig Needham, Carson Gasevich, Ben Brar, Reese Zamolik, Connor Doherty, Mike Posma, and Josh Hosang. And this Florida team's so deep that even if a couple of their notable names are not in the lineup, they'll still field one of the best teams in the entire ECHL as DeRitter makes another stop. Drew DeRitter in his last game made 42 saves on 46 shots in a valiant effort on Wednesday night. 1 goal surrendered via the empty net in a 5-2 loss. He got peppered with shots on Wednesday. And you know who peppered the opposing goalie with shots last night? Well, the guy who took the faceoff for the Glads on that last sequence. That's Jackson Pearson. He had a team leading 6 shots on goal last night to go along with his goal, his 10th of the year. So here come the Everblades down into the right wing corner. This will be Logan Lambden. His centering feed gets blocked off, and it winds up in the near corner now. So behind the net, Florida looking for it. They'll look to push it up the boards. Double teamed is Lambden by Neely and Topatic, but Lambden still gets a chance and looks to go to the roof on DeRitter. I don't think DeRitter saw that puck. And we'll play on here. 3.5 minutes exactly in. A warm welcome to everybody watching on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Got a loud sneezer in the chat. Got a God bless you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Here is Nick Wong with a setup for Alex Young, who drives in, and a save by Johnson right next to the short side. Here is Hansel. He'll look to slip it to the slot, and a backhander by Young. Misses the net. We've got a delayed penalty here, and this will be on the Everblades. So Wong, Young, and Denemy causing havoc in the offensive zone, and Florida will go to the box at 4:08. Atlanta did score a power play goal last night. It came from Jackson Pearson 39 seconds into the middle frame. Pearson his 10th from Derek Topatic. And now the Glides back to the power play again. For the first time tonight, looking to draw first blood. 14.7% efficient are the Glads on the power play, while Florida at an 81.6% clip on the penalty kill. So Wong, Pearson, Cody Sylvester, Derek Topatic, and Eric Neely on the ice for the power play. Sylvester, he'll slip down the near wall. Topatic shoots towards the net, and I believe Johnson may have gotten a stick on that puck. The feed from Neely over to the right circle. It gets batted down by the Everblades and cleared out. Topatic will look up the ice. Instead, he'll backhand the puck to his right, where Sylvester will fire it cross corner. Same unit on the ice for the Glads. Right now, 3 Gladiators in the far corner, all looking for the puck. But now atop the left circle, and now atop the zone, I should say, is Nick Wong. Down to the goal line, the feed to the right circle. Now firmly at the flank is Sylvester. He'll throw it to the other side, where settling it down is Topatic. Pearson in the area as well, but it's backhanded north by Florida and cleared. Past the midway mark of this power play, so a new unit on. Nick Wong stays on for a moment to make sure that possession is maintained. And Anthony Furiolo will hold on to it in the trapezoid. He'll look to stretch it up ahead. He finds Hansel, who got closed off by Lansdale. Nearly brought down to the ice. And Florida takes that chance to take the puck and send it all the way down on Drew DeRitter, the goaltender for Atlanta. One last rush offensively for the Glads here. A backhanded pass from Denemy. Missed its intended target. Here's Furiolo from the blue line, blocked. Hansel at the right circle, now on the outer edges. A slapper from Furiolo. They don't score. Oh, Hansel was right there. Furiolo put the shot on net. The puck was loose right at the side of the goal, and Atlanta had a chance to make something happen. And I believe Jeremy Hansel got his stick to the puck, but somehow it did not leak through Johnson. 6.5 minutes into this game. Like they had on Wednesday, another good start for Atlanta. Connor Galloway for the Glads, back in the lineup. He skates alongside Easton Armstrong and Ryan Cranford as the puck turned over, and DeRitter has to slide over to his right and make a big save with his pad. Shots are only 3-2 Florida, but the chances have been abundant on both sides. So Cranford sends it in from the left to the right. At the half boards, Armstrong down low to the trapezoid. The pass immediately to the front from Galloway did not get through. So down the right wing side, the Everblades skate in, and a drive from the outside, gloved down by Drew DeRitter at 7:14. Our first media timeout to come. We'll be right back.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that nothing fuels our game like a delicious meal from Grandma's New York Pizza and Pasta. With fresh ingredients and a variety of mouth-watering toppings, Grandma's has something for every fan. Whether you're enjoying a classic pepperoni or trying one of their creative specialty pizzas, you can taste the passion in every single bite. So, next time you're looking to gather with friends or celebrate a win, head to Grandma's New York Pizza and Pasta in Lawrenceville and Sewanee, where great food and team spirit come together.
The ECHL believes that hockey is more than a game. It's an opportunity, a chance to connect, a chance to embrace our differences, and a chance to bring our communities together, creating teamwork, memories, and a lasting bond along the way. When it comes to hockey, no matter how it's played, we do it together.
Game 71 of 72 tonight. Atlanta will complete the season with a matchup tomorrow with the Savannah Ghost Pirates from Enmarket Arena. I will be at the Aloft in Lawrenceville. Hope you all will join me there for a send-off to the Glads and, well, my final broadcast as well. Tyler Drevich comes in to take the face-off against the Everblades in these really sweet black and pink jerseys, I must say. I'd buy one if it just didn't have that logo. From left to right, here come the Gladiators. Drevich looks to shoot from the high slot. Going down is an Everblade. The crowd gets riled up as a result of that. And it's poked out of the zone by Florida. 7:40 into the game. We're still scoreless from Hertz Arena. Hernandez beats out an icing as he will get right by two Everblades. Coming right to the wall from the blue line is Topatic, but he cannot keep it in. Florida will get a line change here, and we've seen in all, or in both games, I should say, between these two teams this week that it's taken the Everblades a little bit of time to get their legs under them. Of course, last night, well, they scored 2 goals in the first period, but it was the third and the latter stages of the second to where they really took over the game. Here's Jackson Pearson skating into the zone, looking for an encore performance after a great job last night, leading the team in the shots on goal category and finding the back of the net on the power play, beating Cranley low to the glove side. As an offsides, meanwhile, on Florida, here come the boos. Around the ECHL, Wheeling has taken down Trois-Rivières 3-1. Cincinnati, a 1-0 lead over the Iowa Heartlanders. Savannah and Jacksonville, scoreless. Atlanta will see Savannah tomorrow. Indy 1-0 over Kalamazoo. Reading 1-0 over Worcester. That's a big game in the North Division. Scoreless are the Maine Mariners and the Adirondack Thunder. 1-0 the Norfolk Admirals and the South Carolina Stingrays. And just beginning, the Bloomington Bison and Fort Wayne Comets. 4 games yet to have dropped the puck. We'll get to those a little bit later on in the broadcast. As we are exactly 9 minutes in, a SunXL icing on the Glads. Let's check out some of the goal predictions in the YouTube chat here. Tracy says Connor, Galloway, Eric Neely, or Jackson Pearson. I guess you can't lose if you try to pick everybody. But I will allow it for you, Tracy, anything. John goes with Connor Galloway. Karen Zenner going with Easton Armstrong. It'll be fun to have Karen and Mike Raymer on the broadcast tomorrow as a glove save made by DeRitter on a shot from the outside. Janine's got Niels. Justin's going with Cody Sylvester. Kathy also going with Sly. Casey going with Connor Galloway. And Jeff from Authenticate Graphic Design and Video Production has Mickey Burns grabbing his 2nd goal of his pro career. Those are your goal predictions. Not sponsored, but they could be. 770-497-5100. Maybe this side. I kind of got something going on in this side. Face-off win here for the Everblades. As they search for the first goal of the game, Curtis Henry shoots. That's gloved down by Andrew Jarvis. And he'll headman a possible lane out. Datema drops it back, and the subsequent pass to the front nearly found its intended target to the stick side of Johnson. Instead, the Everblades will pick the puck back up inside of their own blue line, and they'll fire it left of DeRitter. He comes out of his net. Jarvis, who has had a strong shift, will go D to D for Datema. He goes up the near wall, but it's sent right back for Datema, who will find Jarvis again. Whipped cross corner, and this will be another SunXL icing as no connection made here. The clock's still running at Hertz Arena despite a whistle. We are missing a lot of valuable time. I know it may not matter now, but if there's a big sequence late in the game where you say, imagine if there were just a few more seconds on the clock, and you look back to 10:15 into the first period when the clock ran 6 seconds after the whistle. Just saying. Andrew fighting and Tyler Drevich on the face-off. Drevich hearing it from the linesman. And Drevich saying, really, dude, can we just drop the puck? And now we're underway as Fighton goes diving into the linesman. At least Drevich was able to stay on his skates. Hunter Mottinger, number 9, Tyler Spott, number 32, the 2 referees. And Dan Fendius, number 65, Jason Lorty, number 50, the 2 linesmen tonight. So Drevich, the lone forechecker on the puck. He'll throw the body onto Santino Santarami. Weaving in the neutral zone here will be Harrison Israel's number 27. He lost it right next to the Atlanta bench, and it's played cross ice. Curtis Henry faked backing up into his own territory, but then instead went for the puck and sent it in to the side of DeRitter. Ryan Cranford, the second-year pro, does well to weave through center, and he'll fire it in. Cranford on a line with Armstrong and Galloway tonight, but they lose it, and a quick chance at the side of the goal for the Everblades does not find the net. Another opportunity saved by DeRitter, and the rebound, he slid over to his right and perhaps got the pad there, as straight away another shot misses the goal. Right wing corner, defensive zone. The Glads will get it out. A lot of players stepping up for the Everblades here, but they'll do well to make sure they have two players back. Look for the stretch feed, but nobody home for Florida. No tip pad, and that means we have a Sen XL icing on the Blades after really applying the pressure in the offensive zone. The shot's on goal, 6-5 Florida. It evenly played first period. One power play in the game, that was Santino Santarami, went off for a hold at 4:08. Atlanta did not score on the power play. Cam Johnson 5 for 5 in the net for Florida, make that 6 for 6 as he makes another save. Drew DeRitter 6 for 6 as well. So Jackson Pearson with the puck. He has it in the trapezoid, looks to throw it off of Curtis Henry, who is watching Pearson closely, defending. And it will be the Everblades who will work it out to neutral. Zach Yoder back on it for the Glads. Yoder replaces Dylan Caravia, as punching it into the zone will be Jackson Pearson. He takes a hit for his trouble. The puck comes to Sean Allen, who will backtrack behind his own goaltender. 12:25 into the game. Here's Alex Kyle, number 23. He takes a hit. He'll move it to the near wing where Colin Tyson, number 43, will play it to the right wing point. Sandbrook does not shoot towards the net. Instead, he'll look to the circle. Shot from the left. Score! Allen. Sean Allen took the shot, and Jesse Lansdale tips it in. And my player to watch breaks the ice. 7th shot of the game for the Everblades, and it's the first goal. Let's take a look at how it all happened here. Allen from atop the left circle, and Lansdale just gained body position on Wong and got his stick down, and a beautiful redirect over the glove hand of Drew DeRitter. And it's a 1-0 lead for Florida. We have a penalty here after the face-off at center. And I believe that's Santarami who was taken down. The Glads may be going to the box here for a high stick. And we'll see if it's a double minor. 1-0 Everblades, and now Atlanta will most likely be shorthanded. We'll be right back.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that to perform at our best, we need to fuel our body the right way. And that's why we love Jason's Deli. With a wide variety of delicious sandwiches, fresh salads, and hearty soups, we can always count on a satisfying meal. The quality ingredients and generous portions keep us energized and ready for action. Whether it's a quick lunch or a hearty dinner, Jason's Deli is the perfect spot for players and fans alike to enjoy great food and stay energized. For meals that power our game, Jason's Deli is our top choice.
Have you ever watched a hockey game and thought, I could totally do that? Call the game and break down the action? Well, now is your chance to make that thought a reality with a unique and thrilling opportunity on The Call with Liam Gotimer. This one-of-a-kind program invites you to step into the broadcast booth with me for an exclusive hands-on experience in the world of sports broadcasting. Whether you're an aspiring broadcaster or a die-hard hockey fan, this is your chance to join in on the fun. Visit AtlantaGladiators.com for more information and how to sign up today.
Double minor penalty on the Glads. Blood drawn. 4 minutes of power play time for the Everblades. And the power play for Florida comes right after Jesse Lansdale opens up the scoring in this game. His 15th from Sean Allen, who took the shot, and Colin Tyson, who got the puck to Allen. Shot 7-6 Florida. Waiting to see who's in the box exactly for Atlanta. It's Alex Young. Double minor rather, for a high stick. 4 minutes of power play time for the Everblades. The time of the penalty comes at 12:54. The goal came at 12:44, so 10 ticks after the goal, a penalty taken. So we are still early in this one, but a crucial moment here as Atlanta doesn't want to let things slip away here. Already down 1. Here they come shorthanded, 2-on-2. Wanted in by Hansel. The puck lost, and now the Everblades is a 5-man unit. They'll swarm the Atlanta net, but the Glads take it and clear it. 35 seconds into the power play, and 13:30 and counting into the first. Here is Logan Lambden, number 7. He'll backhand it up the wall. Mickey Burns looks to body off his man, but Sandbrook comes away. Atop the right circle, the drive comes in, but it did not go to the net. Instead, it was a pass to the back door and goes out of play. 54 seconds into the man advantage. And for Alex Young, I don't really see much wrong with what he did on that play there. Just getting your stick up high, trying to be physical, trying to gain possession of the puck after surrendering a goal. And that will happen. It's a hockey play. But for it to be 4 minutes of penalty killing time, even against the Everblades, who have struggled on the power play this year, under 20% at 17.8. And now that I say it, watch it come back to burn us. So here is Moberg, number 2, down to the goal line. They try to stuff it in. Down goes DeRitter, but the Glads get it clear. That was close. Producer says you're not supposed to jinx our own team. True that. I tried to jinx Florida last night. Didn't work. Then Jared Youngman shut the lights on me right at the end of the broadcast. Not phased, by the way. So here is an opportunity for Florida. Played over to the right side. Now it's up the left circle. A slapper that's stopped. That was Oliver Chow who took the shot. Chow left wing boards. He's double teamed. Here is Moberg, the setup to the right. The one-timer misses the net. I believe that was Tyson who took the drive. And 2 minutes of power play time. Done. So new units for each team. 15 minutes gone by here in the first. If you're just joining us, Atlanta down 1-0 to Florida. Jesse Lansdale is 15th with the goal. At the blue line, Florida, they try to keep it in, but Sylvester, shorthanded, can't get it out. Watch out here, grade A scoring chance coming up. And DeRitter comes up large, getting his midsection in the way. So Tyson in between the circles now. Here is Lambden to the dot, redirected right on, and wide of the net. Sandbrook waiting for it straight away. Right now the puck at the right circle. Here is Betts with a chance. Right in between the circles, and it misses the net. Sandbrook at the blue line. Landed at the dot. Sandbrook has it back. A one-time slap pass to the middle. Nothing going on there. Another one-timer, and it misses the net. That was Tyson taking the shot. And a minute 5 here, or excuse me, 55 seconds left to go on the power play. So Landon, the drop pass in the neutral zone. Sylvester and Neely both head off here. Or Neely heads on, or stays on rather. Sylvester heads off. So here is Chow. His pass to the right, intercepted. And out of the box in 30 seconds will be Alex Young. Out through center. This is Kyle. Over to the left, Hargrove. He'll whip it cross ice, but Denemy overtakes. And now Carson Denemy, shorthanded for another 7 seconds. On the puck up against Allen. Or excuse me, that's Moberg, number 2. 3 players there for Florida, and it's the Everblades that have it. The Glads kill off the double minor for high sticking on Alex Young. And again, to have a goal against come, and then a 4-minute power play just 10 seconds after it to be able to kill the penalty in its entirety without giving up another goal. That's a job well done by the Glads. But here's a chance for Florida. Pass to the back door, they score, it's tipped in. An outstanding penalty kill for 4 straight minutes. But a redirect bleeds through DeRitter. And Andrew Fighton, who had the empty net goal last night, gets goal number 2 at even strength for the Everblades. Kyle Neuber, not known for his playmaking ability, but his pass to the front tipped in. That may have gone right between the wickets of DeRitter. And it's a 2-0 Florida advantage. So Atlanta with work to do here. 2.5 minutes and counting left to go in the first. 2 goals on 10 shots for the Everblades. No goals on 6 for the Glads. Here is Tyler Drevich. He's got a man over in the right wing, but Florida has it and they'll walk out of the zone. So Kyle Neuber gets the assist. Cole Moberg gets the secondary helper, and Andrew Fighton the goal. So 2/3 of that 4th line setting up for the tally, and Cole Moberg, who had a goal on Wednesday, gets an assist here in this first period. 17:22, that's the time of the goal. Four minutes and 38 seconds after Jesse Lansdale opened the scoring in the game. So Brendan Dadema lays a big check onto an Everblade who went straight down. We'll see if there's any retaliation coming here. We'll see how much this game really means to the Everblades. Of course, no longer in contention for winning the South Division and not wanting to risk injury with the playoffs on the horizon. Dadema, another check on Oliver Chow, who went down to his knee. Here is Eric Neely. He'll cut into the offensive zone. A backhander from the left wing circle didn't get through. Glad still with it. It's Sylvester shooting. Standing up on his skates is Johnson. Score! It's Jackson Pearson, and it's 2-1. Dadema got physical in the defensive zone, and that turned the tide of the entire shift. Jackson Pearson from Eric Neely and Cody Sylvester. Let's take a look at the replay and how this all transpired. They show us around 1.2 seconds of a replay. But it was a backdoor tap in by Jackson Pearson. Even I'm not that good. I can't read a play in 1.2 seconds. But in real time, a beautiful pass from Eric Neely, the captain. Andrew Jarvis gets the secondary helper, not Cody Sylvester. So it's 19 from 59 and 6. Pearson from Neely and Jarvis. And it's a 2-1 score. And sometimes it's the things you do that don't lead to a goal, as the Everblades score with 9.1 seconds to go in the first period. It's 3-1. Jackson Pearson's goal comes with 37 seconds to go in the period. And then 28 seconds later, it's in the back of Atlanta's net. 3-1 Florida. Face-off won by Atlanta. Jeremy Hansel will hold on to the puck right next to his own goaltender, and that does it for the period. The Glads surrender the first 2 goals of the frame. They bounce back and get to within 1. But right at the end of the first period, the Everblades take control of the hockey game right back. They have a 3-1 lead. Before we go to a quick break, and then to the Atlanta Gladiators podcast featuring Matt Ginn, a quick recap of this first period coming your way for those watching on Flow Hockey and YouTube. The first goal of the game came at 12:44. It was Jesse Lansdale, his 15th, assisted by Sean Allen and Colin Tyson. Then at 17:22, Andrew Fighton would score his 5th from Kyle Newber and Cole Moberg. At 19:23, with under 60 seconds left to go in the period, Jackson Pearson would score his 11th from Eric Neely and Andrew Jarvis to get Atlanta within a goal. With that said, before the first period was out, the Everblades would score their 3rd of the period. The goal scorer still to come. But before that, the shots on goal officially after 11-7, Florida. The penalties, there were 2. Santino Santarami, a 2-minute minor for a hold at 4:08, and then Alex Young, a 4-minute double minor, I should say, for a high stick at 12:54. The goaltenders, Drew DeRitter made 9 saves on 11 shots, while Cam Johnson stopped 6 of 7. That's 9 saves on 12 shots for DeRitter. The final goal for the Everblades is Tyson's 20th from Alex Kyle and Jesse Lansdale. The power plays Florida 0 for 2, Atlanta 0 for 1. With that, we'll send it to a quick break, and then when we come back, enjoy the Atlanta Gladiators podcast featuring our assistant coach, Matt Ginn.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 37th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; AthleticKnit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; Bellevue University, official higher education partner; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2025 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2025 ECHL Hockey Heritage Weekend. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Hello, Glads fans, and welcome back to the Atlanta Gladiators podcast. My name is Liam Gotimer, and I'm the Director of Broadcasting and Communications for the club. Today, on episode 56, I'm pleased to be joined by the newest addition to the Atlanta Gladiators coaching staff, none other than Matt Ginn. Matt, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Atlanta.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Ginner, so let's start off with you being named the new assistant coach for the Gladiators on head coach Derek Nesbitt's coaching staff. So talk to me, how did that all come about for you?
Well, actually last year, Nezzy kind of reached out and asked what my plans were. I was committed to Manchester, had another year on my deal. Loved it over there too. Our situation kind of changed there. My wife's expecting our first child in October. Wow. Kind of lines up with opening weekend, so we'll see what happens there. But she wanted to be a little closer at home, and she's been so supportive and everything over my coaching career and playing career and whatnot. So thought it was a good time to kind of move back to North America and try my luck at coaching over here. It was kind of a goal. So then kind of kept in touch with Nezzy and seemed like a great opportunity. I loved my time in Atlanta when I was playing, and just looking forward to coming in and helping out, put a good team on the ice.
That's amazing. Well, multiple reasons to celebrate, I suppose, come October 19th on opening night.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fantastic. So like you said, you aren't new to Atlanta. You played here for parts of 3 seasons. Take me through your first stint with the Glads.
Yeah, so out of college, I actually played the rest of my senior year in Florida with the Everblades. And then that summer I signed with Providence, who at the time was Atlanta's affiliate. So I started up in Providence and then got sent down and spent most of the first season kind of in Atlanta, or at least flying back and forth. So yeah, that was kind of the deal there. And then the next year I signed another deal with Providence, and same thing the year after. My third year obviously kind of got cut short. I think I played a month, had to have hip surgery there. And then after that I went overseas, but like kind of talked about, really enjoyed Atlanta, really liked the organization and the group of guys we had at the time. And I'm excited to get going here.
Speaking of the group of guys that you had at the time, you were teammates for the first 2 seasons, at least, with both head coach Derek Nesbitt and current Gladiator forward Eric Neely. Talk to me about the camaraderie that you were able to create with those guys during your first 2 years with Atlanta.
Yeah, Niels was kind of in the same spot there. We both signed with Providence and went down, I think, around the same time. And I believe the second year, maybe we were roommates. So really close friend of mine. It'll be nice kind of getting back and working with him and stuff again. And then Nezzy, we've stayed in touch over the last, however long since I left Atlanta there. And again, he's kind of young, starting out in his coaching career, and I'm just looking forward to help any way I can, bounce ideas back and forth. I think we'll both learn a lot from each other, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
And following the 2017-18 season, you head overseas to Manchester to join the Storm. What was the allure for you heading over there for the first time?
I think just because the year before I didn't play much, so it was kind of not tough to get a job, but like a good opportunity. I talked with Finner there, Ryan Finnerty, who was the coach GM at the time. Really interested, went over there and loved it. We really loved our time over there. Had a great relationship with Finner, and I was able to kind of play every night, and which was good to see. My hip held up for that year anyways. And yeah, that was kind of how the move came about.
Finner and Ginner, what a connection, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Well, it's clear that you were absolutely beloved in Manchester. Of course, when we went out with the news that you're joining the Gladiators coaching staff, the outpour of support from Storm fans was absolutely immense. My question for you is, how were you able to become instantly integrated with the community there? It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, the fans over there are great, really passionate. I think as a whole, ice hockey's growing over there, popularity. I know us personally in Manchester last year set like the attendance record for Manchester, and really across the league it grew, which is great to see. I think the league as a whole is really improving as well. I think the first couple of years I was over there, it maybe didn't get the recognition it deserved, but now you're starting to see some high-end talent make their way over there, and not just at the end of their career, when they're young too. So that's great to see. But personally over there, I think that's part of the job too as a player and coach. You want to to meet and greet the fans and make them feel a part of the team, because they are so important. And that was a big thing over there. Obviously, same as Manchester, same as Atlanta. There's a lot of kind of team events and fan events, and that's great too. A great way to kind of let them meet you as a person as well as a player or a coach. So didn't take those lightly. Enjoy that. And again, I was over for, I guess, 5 years maybe. The COVID year throws me off. So yeah, both as a player and coach, just being really honest, going to work, and they respect that, the hardworking teams and staff, and that was kind of something I pride myself on.
And I know our fan base is really excited to be connected with you once again, and we're going to have many of those team events where you'll be able to catch up with the fans and vice versa as well. So you took the words right out of my mouth. You touched on the shortened COVID-19 season in 2019-2020. That was a great year for you. You had a .921 save percentage. Take me through that year. Of course, it had to be a little complex with everything going on.
Yeah, it was. So there were kind of rumblings, I guess, maybe the month leading up to when the season got canceled. You try and just kind of play through it. You never know what's going to happen. The situation for us, we were in kind of right in the playoff mix there. I think we were in 7th at the time. So kind of right in a dogfight to get in. And then all of a sudden it just ends. You're kind of flying home. I think North America shut down maybe even a little before the UK did. So was just kind of sitting over there, I guess, enjoying the last week or so of freedom, and then flew home, and like everybody just kind of wait around. It was definitely a trying year for everybody. I know I was kind of lucky with my health and my family's health and all that first and foremost, but yeah, and then that was kind of the end of that year.
And in the EIHL, they suspend the entirety of the 2020-2021 season. And in doing my research for the podcast, Skinner, I found it very interesting that you went back to your former junior club with the Lindsay Muskies and then become an assistant over there. Did you always know that, getting behind the bench was something that you wanted to do? And how did that experience help you when further down the line you would coach Manchester?
Yeah, it did. I always wanted to get into coaching. I think the situation there, the junior A team was allowed to practice and play kind of, I guess you call them exhibition games. So I wanted to help out, and I knew the coach there. Unfortunately, he wanted to bring me in. So learned a lot there. It was a way to kind of stay around the rink and help out, and I guess kind of kickstart my coaching career.
For sure. And then you returned to Manchester after the EIHL's return to play. And though, you had a little bit of an injury that stopped you that season, you become an assistant coach with Manchester. That must have been a special honor for you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was kind of the same hip that was acting up again. So we tried the cortisone shot, the treatment, all that kind of stuff. And then it just got to a point where the doctor or surgeon said I couldn't really play anymore. So you kind of sit and mope for, I don't know, a couple of days. And then Finner kind of reached out and asked if I wanted to help him behind the bench, which obviously I was thrilled to do. It was a great opportunity, learned a lot from him. Guy who's been around playing, coaching as a GM. And then fortunately for me, he wanted to kind of take a step back from the coaching role and just take up kind of the GM owner. So I got hired as a head coach and kind of went from there.
Let's talk about the 2022-23 season for you, where, of course, like you mentioned, Ginner, your hard work gets rewarded once again with the Storm bringing you in as the head bench boss. You saw your team have an 8-point increase from where they were in 21-22, the previous season. How were you able to implement different strategy or perhaps a different mentality to get your group to get as better as they did?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just me. Like I said, Finner was still heavily involved, and I bounced some ideas off him. He helped me out even when I didn't ask sometimes. But no, we had a great relationship there. And I think the big thing for us in Manchester was we weren't able to just kind of throw money at players like some of the top teams there, or the bigger budget teams, sorry. So we had to do a lot of research recruitment-wise of just bringing in, sounds cliche, but good people first and foremost that bought into what we're doing and accept the situation. And we had success doing that. Obviously had an increase there, kind of pushed Sheffield in the playoffs, and over there it's kind of a goofy two game aggregate, kind of a soccer format there. So we ended up tying the first leg, and then I think they beat us by a couple goals in the second leg, and that was the end of the year. But took big strides there. I think personally as a coach learned a lot. It's tough to just kind of get thrown into the deep end, and you kind of learn on the way. But had a great assistant coach there too, Mike Morin, helped me out a lot. And I think big thing for me as a coach is it wasn't a dictatorship by any means. I was kind of another cliche here, the open door policy, but that communication with the players, the staff, the ownership is so important that everybody's on the same page, and we were able to kind of build from that.
What different, I guess, strategies or what could you help head coach Derek Nesbitt with? Of course, being a few years removed from your first season as a full-time head coach to Nezzy, who's entering year 2.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of that experience. Like everybody, you see the game a little bit differently. When I played, obviously, I was a goalie, and you have a great kind of view of the game, probably the best on the ice. So, just kind of help out every way I can. I think the plan is to kind of take the defense and kind of run with that and help out with special teams and all that kind of stuff. But Nezzy and I talk a ton of times during the day already, so we're always kind of bouncing ideas off each other. And I think for the most part, our kind of principles line up, and that's important, I think, for the working relationship. Again, we know each other, so we're comfortable disagreeing and giving our ideas and stuff and having that open communication. So again, I'm just happy to help out any way I can and hopefully improve on last season.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 37th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; AthleticKnit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; Bellevue University, official higher education partner; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2025 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2025 ECHL Hockey Heritage Weekend. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Blimey, you've let us astray again.
But these maps are so tricky.
I've got your treasure.
Do tell, Natty.
Play Keno and win money every 3.5 minutes. Kevin, give the signal. You pick 10 numbers. Then Keno picks 20.
The more we be matching, the more we be winning. And now we feast.
Or not. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Back on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators Hockey. Liam Gotimer here with you. 35 seconds away from the start of the second period, as your Atlanta Gladiators trail 3-1 to the Florida Everblades on the second to final game of the 2024-25 regular season. Florida will have a first-round matchup, well, with the third-seeded Jacksonville Icemen, while the South Carolina Stingrays will face off against the Orlando Solar Bears in the Kelly Cup postseason. All right, it's time. With puck drop imminent, tell me your next goal predictions. I'm going to go with the captain, Eric Neely. Keep it that way. Atlanta, to begin this middle frame, will skate from right to left. Florida from left to right. Jackson Pearson, Cody Sylvester, Eric Neely, Anthony Furiolo, and Derek Topatic. The five-man unit to start things for the Glads here in the middle frame. Drew DeRitter made 9 saves on 12 shots in the opening 20 minutes. He remains in goal. For Florida, they'll open up with Jordan Sambrook and Cole Moberg up front. It's Kyle Betts in the middle. He has the puck. Logan Lambden to his right and Oliver Chow to his left. As a shot from the point misses the net, bodying his man off nicely is Topatic. And the puck will bleed out for Pearson, who turns it over. And right at the side of the net, Lambden is denied by DeRitter. Perhaps Pearson thought he had a little bit more time than he did. But now at center, the Glads will look to make something happen. Cody Sylvester on the backhand loses possession. And, well, when he lost possession of the puck, as he was heading towards the biscuit, it was right near the bench, and Cody elected to go to the bench. So a line change for he, Pearson, and Neely. New unit on for Atlanta as they search for the second goal of the game. The next goal going to be a big one, as Jeremy Hansel skates in around the net, and down goes Johnson, and he stops Jeremy Hansel. Hansel, the offensive-minded blue liner, playing in his 60th game as a Glad tonight, 22 points, 19 assists for number 4, and he remains on the ice alongside Zach Yoder. And the forwards, Carson Denemy, Nick Wong, and Alex Young, left to right. So 90 seconds into the period here. This is Alex Kyle, number 23. Very consistent producer here at the ECHL level, and Kyle. 9th pro season, second stint with Florida. Also played with the Everblades during the 2020-21 year. As the Glads have the puck inside of their own zone. Yoder, a quick pass for Hansel, tape to tape. He'll fire it in, cross corner, but this will be blown down. Will this be a NXL icing here on Atlanta? I thought perhaps the Glads had reached the red line, but they did not. 1:58 into the period. Here is a shot from the blue line. Save made by Drew DeRitter, the Lake Fenton, Michigan native. 37th appearance of his first year as a Glad. Acquired in an off-season trade with the Iowa Heartlanders. And he has been spectacular. He'll always take goals against average under 3 and a save percentage near .915 as a centering feed. DeRitter true to that one as well. Left point, another shot to the net. DeRitter watches that one sail wide. A stick lift from Mickey Burns, the first-year pro, inside of his own zone. In an attempt to take the puck away, does lift the stick, but Florida still on it. So much experience and toughness on this Everblades team. Even when you make the right play, they're able to fight through it. But a rink-wide feed for the Glads who go on the attack. A pad save made by Johnson. But a good opportunity there for the three-man unit of Burns, Drevich, and Hernandez. It all starts in the defensive zone, and you get an opportunity offensively. We are 3:10 into the period. The score 3-1 Everblades if you are just joining us. The goals, Lansdale, Fighton, and Tyson for Florida. The only goal, or excuse me, that was last night. No, that's today. I got that right. Never doubt yourself. It's because Jackson Pearson scored last night and today. But Pearson has Atlanta's only goal. Turning and shooting at the right circle is who I believe to be Derek Topatic. It goes high over the net. Away from Cam Johnson. At the blue line, it's kicked along soccer style by Harrison Israels, but the puck goes right into the glove of Drew DeRitter, who stops play at 3:46. Shots 2-2 here in the period, 14-9 for the game. A 4-minute double minor for high sticking taken by Alex Young at 12:54 in the first. And Santino sent to Ramy a 2-minute minor for a hold at 4:08 of the first, the 2 and only penalties of the game. Neither team scored on their ensuing power play. It's been a lot of hockey at even strength here. Here's a quick shot, misses DeRitter again. But the Everblades getting opportunity on the interior of the offensive zone. That's where they are most dangerous. As a pileup of bodies in the near corner here, the Everblades look to work it out. But instead, they'll hold on to it in the corner, and the spin cycle from Betts. The 6'1" centerman to the line. Saved by DeRitter. It went off the bar and dropped right down into the crease, and he made the save. The Everblade fans think they have scored, but they have not. A lot of frustration on the ice for those wearing black and pink. The puck kept out, and Drew DeRitter does well, even though he's beaten clean, to track that puck, not put it in himself inadvertently. So we'll play on, but the score is still 3-1. We'll see if head coach Brad Ralph is calling for an official review. The Everblades going right to their bench, wasting no time. This is not immediate timeout. We are only 4:17 into the period, and yes, they are looking at the iPad. Courtesy of the iPad, back. Tyler Spott is one of the two referees in there. The other, Hunter Mottinger. The Glads have seen more of Mottinger than they have Spott this year. But two referees this season. They're checking to see if that puck went in. Of course, I'm calling this game remote, so I only see what you see off of Flow Hockey. But the fans definitely cheered as if it was a goal, but just because the fans cheer that it's a goal doesn't mean that it is one. But they could be right. And the Everblades could really take a commanding 4-1 lead here if it's deemed to be a good goal, but it was no goal on the ice. DeRitter had no idea where that puck was. Then he looked down, he found it, and he got the whistle he was looking for from the official adjacent to the play. And it's really Tyler Spott taking the closest look here. Mottinger behind Spott at the scorer's table. The shot came from the blue line. I believe it was Cole Moberg who let it rip, who only has 2 goals this season, but one of them came on Wednesday. He must like playing the Glads. And of course, they are looking at angles that we do not see. Mottinger takes the headset off. He seems content with whatever the decision is. Now he puts his helmet back on. Really confusing the broadcaster here. Have not gotten a replay yet. There must be conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the ice, which was no goal. But again, perhaps there is an overhead feed that the two referees can take a look at to make a better determination. But the longer this goes, the more that the two of them may be convinced that this could possibly be a goal. Oh boy, what will come out of this? So here they come. And they will be led by Tyler Spott, who says no goal. Not today, Florida. And not today, Mark, either. There's the replay. Right after we looked at the official for 2.5 minutes. Clearly went off the crossbar. They love the under 2-second replays tonight. But a replay is a replay. We'll take it. As a XL icing at 4:28. Face-off win for the Glads. Here's Denemy looking to fling it on. A stick gets shattered in half. That's of an Everblade. So the Glads will try and take advantage here as Wong and Denemy both beneath the goal line to the left of Cam Johnson, who has had a very quiet second period. Just one shot. The puck pinned to the boards. The fans getting restless. It finally comes free, and a Gladiator and an Everblade collide with one another. That was Alex Young for Atlanta. This is one lively crowd in Estero at Hertz Arena. So Denemy inside of his own zone, down to the corner. A Gladiator takes a bump, but a long stretch feed finds a pirouetting Tyler Drevich across the ice all alone. Backhand, forehand, and Johnson denied. A Gladiator on the doorstep. That was Drevich with the setup, and I believe Mickey Burns had the opportunity. Alex Young on the ice as well. No, that was Burns, or excuse me, that was Young, I should say. As now the Everblades in tight and glued to his far post is DeRitter. Nice save there. Now it's Burns in the neutral zone. A drop pass for Jarvis, who shoots. That's kicked aside by Johnson. The puck redirected by the Everblades inside of their own blue line. All the way down to the left of DeRitter, who takes a look at Jarvis, who has the puck, and now at the Everblades, who swarm in front of him. Glad still holding the puck here. They have not moved it. Everblades out shooting Atlanta 15-11. Boos drawn from the crowd in Estero. And now it's dumped in by Atlanta. Big hit as going down as a Gladiator. I believe that was Jarvis. And he was stunned by that one. Not Jarvis, Burns. And now another hit thrown. That time it was Hernandez. It's Hernandez who has the puck. He takes a bump, but the Everblade who laid the hit took the worst of it. The puck bounces to the high slot, kept in at the line. It was a slingshot towards the net that did not get through. Drew DeRitter doesn't have his goal stick as he makes a save, unable to get a freeze. His stick far enough away from DeRitter to where he cannot leave the crease to go and grab it as the shot comes in from the outside. And DeRitter may have gotten a touch on that with his blocker. Here's a shot from Moberg, saved by DeRitter as Florida just trying to get it on net here. DeRitter dives on top of it, makes a big save. At 7:15. Stoppage of play. boos from the crowd. Big save from the goaltender, who can now get his goal stick. 3-1, the Everblades remain in the lead, but is the tide a turning? Let's find out.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that to perform at our best, we need to fuel our body the right way, and that's why we love Jason's Deli. With a wide variety of delicious sandwiches, fresh salads, and hearty soups, we can always count on a satisfying meal. The quality ingredients and generous portions keep us energized and ready for action. Whether it's a quick lunch or a hearty dinner, Jason's Deli is the perfect spot for players and fans alike to enjoy great food and stay energized. For meals that power our game, Jason's Deli is our top choice.
Have you ever watched a hockey game and thought, I could totally do that? Call the game and break down the action? Well, now is your chance to make that thought a reality with a unique and thrilling opportunity on the call with Liam Gotimer. This one-of-a-kind program invites you to step into the broadcast booth with me for an exclusive hands-on experience in the world of sports broadcasting. Whether you're an aspiring broadcaster or a die-hard hockey fan, this is your chance to join in on the fun. Visit AtlantaGladiators.com for more information on how to sign up today.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators Hockey, live on Flow Hockey and YouTube. 7:15 gone by here in this second period. Atlanta down 3-1 to the Florida Everblades. Back-to-back-to-back champs, Florida, looking to win their 4th straight during their playoff run, which begins very soon against the Jacksonville Icemen. That's going to be a fun series. Both teams very good in their own areas. Of course, Jacksonville with 2 outstanding goaltenders. And Florida with, well, perhaps the best goaltender in the entire league. As a keep-in at the blue line. Another pirouette, this time from the Everblades. And Chow, a shot from the left wing side. Save made by DeRitter. It pinballs right back to the Blades in the low slot. That was Betts looking for it. Lambden was there too in the vicinity. But now the Glads have it inside of their own blue line. This is Cody Sylvester over to the right. Jackson Pearson, who has Atlanta's only goal tonight. Came at 19:23 of the first. Right now we're at 8:10 of the second. As a shot from the left circle got through DeRitter, but wide of the net. There was a lot behind that one from Logan Lambden. He'll play it diagonally. It's picked off by Cody Sylvester inside of the defensive zone. Colin Tyson, right circle, looking for a net front redirect. That was Lansdale, who was driving to the net. He opened the scoring in tonight's game for either side. Lansdale, his 15th. 11-17 and counting to play here in the second. As we quickly approach the midway mark of the hockey game. Liam Gotimer here with you for Atlanta Gladiators Hockey for the second to final time this season. As the Everblades here with it. Left wing point down low to the right wing corner now. Spinning is Alex Kyle, number 23. He'll look to the blue line, but missing it is Hunter Sansbury, number 22. .47 to go here in the second. Here's a quick pass in front. DeRitter makes a save. 10:38 to go here in the second period. 3-1. The Everblades are in the lead. We are good. Not good anymore. 10:20 to go here in the second. Talking to the producer, not all of you. Puck at the goal line here for the Everblades. In the offensive zone. Shot towards the net. Does not get through to DeRitter. No harm, no foul there. I'm not going to lie to you all. You know, the YouTube broadcast is a great opportunity to take you all behind the scenes into what a live hockey broadcast looks like, both remote and at Gas South Arena. Of course, our home schedule over, and the 2024-25 campaign comes to an end tomorrow. My computer this whole time that I'm calling the game off of was not plugged in. So that was my computer letting me know that I was at 1% and that my computer was going to die. And you should have seen my producer's face. Oh, Jeff. Nearly went blue to the face. As did I. My face nearly matched this jacket. or this tie, whatever your preference. 9:18 to go here in the second. Played in, but now the computer is charging. Still at 1%, so a little bit not feeling great about it. Here's an opportunity for Florida, but getting down and blocking the pass. What a beautiful job there by Tyler Drevich. Florida's still with it at the side of the goal. They look to bank it in off of the back of DeRitter. Nothing going on there. Puck right at the side of the circle. Played down low away from Fightin. Fightin will look to one-handed at the near wall. Up the boards, back to the line. Fightin goes down. He collided with Drevich. And now the puck played out by the Glads. Nicely done out to the neutral zone. D to D, the pass goes. A stretch out to center. Here is Lambden as a Let's Go Blades coming from the crowd at Hertz Arena. Around the net, the Everblades with the puck. This is Kyle Betts. He's pressed to the boards by Anthony Furiolo. 8:20 on the clock. D to D, Florida goes with it. That's Moberg from the left. Did not get through. The Glads searching for some offense here, as they're now getting outshot 17-10. 5-3 here in this period. But a low event game. Much like the head-to-head contest looked like against Orlando earlier this year. So Florida on the attack, a shot from the left circle, they score! Tipped in. A shot turned into a goal, and right at the back door, getting his stick down to redirect it home is Oliver Chow. We did not see Oliver Chow on Wednesday or last night, and he re-enters the Everblades starting lineup. And he taps in a beautiful pass from the left circle. That was Logan Lambden who set him up. The goal scorer, Lambden on Wednesday with the hat trick, tonight the facilitator. (4-1) Florida. And they break a deadlock here in this second period. We'll see if things open up a little bit here, as Neely goes down off of the faceoff, gets back up. We'll see if there's a penalty coming towards the way of the Everblades, but they have scored for a fourth time. 7:42 on the clock here in the middle frame. We'll be right back.
Oh, blimey. You've led us astray again.
But these maps are so tricky.
I've got your treasure.
Do tell, Natty.
Play Keno and win money every 3.5 minutes. Kevin, give the signal. You pick 10 numbers.
Fire!
Then Keno picks 20.
The more we be matching, the more we be winning. Ah! And now we feast.
Or not. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators hockey. 7:42 on the clock here in the middle frame. Atlanta now down 3 goals to the Everblades. The only goal here of this second period came right before the media timeout at 12:11. It was Oliver Chow, his 22nd from Logan Lambden and Kyle Betts. Well, would you look at that? Jared Youngman, our executive vice president, with a Diet Coke and a water for me. Look at that. You missed the lemon. Where's the lemon? Okay. Oh, man, I really want a sip of this right now, but we'll... You know why I won't take a sip of this? Big moment in this hockey game. Double minor on the Everblades, a high stick onto Eric Neely. So the Glads go to the power play for 4 minutes. You know I was going to go get myself a drink during the intermission, too. And it was going to be from the water fountain. No water fountain water. I get a Dasani, thanks to our lovely partners from Coke. And if Dasani is not your pleasure, well, how about a Diet Coke? So, a power play coming up for the Glads. Jesse Lansdale already with a goal tonight. Goal and an assist, but here he goes off for a high sticking minor. It's a double minor, so the second double minor for high sticking in the hockey game, one for each team. Young went off at 12:54 of the first, and now Lansdale at 12:18 of the second for the same infraction. 35 seconds here into the power play. This will be Jackson Pearson, number 19, who scored a power play goal last night. He'll send it into the far corner, but again, it escapes Sylvester, who was waiting at the blue line, so Nick Wong from the near boards will poke it out to center. Neely, who drew the penalty, drove down the right wing side, but lost it. And a minute into the power play here, the Glads will be forced to re-enter up along the neutral zone. It's deflected by Wong. He'll hustle in along after it. It's Wong, Topatic, Sylvester, Pearson, and Hansel right now. And a change on the power play forthcoming, as DeRitter comes all the way out of his net. At the goal line, he'll one-hand the puck from his goal stick to a teammate. And Mickey Burns, rink wide. Here is Jeremy Hansel, number 4, but he lost it. And this might be a shorthanded opportunity for the Everblades. DeRitter will come out to meet his man, and he wins the race to the puck. Good to see Florida not getting super aggressive on that play, with the goaltender once again coming all the way out of the net, putting himself in a prone position, as Florida gets a clear anyway. 2:05 of power play time remaining. The Glads entering tonight's game a shade under 15% on the man advantage, 14.7%. On the penalty kill, Florida 81.6. The Everblades 1 for 1 on the PK tonight. Well, now they're 2 for 2, as we have just passed the 2-minute mark of power play time. So the first minor has come to an end, and now the second to Lansdale has yet to be killed off. 30 seconds past the 2-minute mark of the power play. A minute 25 on the man advantage in its totality. 5 minutes to go here in the middle frame. An intercept from the Everblades and another clear. Florida putting on a clinic defensively here in this second period, whether it be defensive zone, neutral zone, offensive zone, even strength, power play. As in over the line come the Glads again. Played over to the left wing, intended for Wong. Picked off, and this will be a shorthanded break. And DeRitter comes out and swats it away with his glove hand. Here is Sylvester, number 16. Atlanta's alternate captain across the ice. In over the line comes Pearson, but offsides whistled down by one of the two linesmen, with 47 seconds of power play time to go. Shot 7-3 Florida here in the period. 19-10 Everblades for the game. So here is Mickey Burns, number 10. A back pass into his own zone. Anthony Furiolo, number 12. He'll fire it around. Cam Johnson comes out of his goal, and he'll aid his defense in getting a clear all the way down the sheet. So with under 4 minutes to go here in the period, one last entry for the Glads on this 4-minute power play. A double minor for a high stick onto Jesse Lansdale. Here's Furiolo down to the circle, now to the goal line. The stuff-in attempt from Young denied by Johnson, who will just streak over to the near post and stop that puck. An immediate timeout. 3:42 to go here in the second. Atlanta down 3 goals. Can't screw me up. Liam Gotimer here with you. 3:42 on the clock here in the second. Atlanta down 4-1 to the Florida Everblades. Liam Gotimer here with you. And Jeff from Authenticate Graphic Design and Video Production. It's pink in the rink for the Everblades as they wear their black uniforms with the dark pink letters and numbers up along the sides and on the back. On the sleeves, in the midsection, all that jazz. Socks, helmet, gloves. Had a sip of that Diet Coke, by the way, during the commercial timeout. Not too bad, but a Diet Coke will really sting you. 3:23 on the clock. Down the left wing side come the Everblades, the centering feed taken here by Atlanta's Easton Armstrong. Good to see Armstrong back in the lineup. He's playing in his 50th game of his first pro season. Armstrong, 21 points in 49 games. Still trying to find it offensively since returning from injury, a lower body injury he sustained in Worcester back in February. 2:52 to go here in the second. Not much offensively coming from the Glads. With the Everblades up 3 goals, they have the only goal in the period. That belongs to Oliver Chow at 12-11. Right point, Florida has it. Sansbury sets up his defensive pair mate for the one-timer and Curtis Henry. DeRitter was ready for that. Down the left wing wall, pulling up, down to the line. 2 Everblades there, 2 Gladiators in the same spot. Atlanta tries to get it out. They cannot. So it's kept in by Florida. They'll turn one way, now the other. Puck taken by Kyle. A one-timer, Sambrook, stopped by DeRitter. That may have caught his helmet. As Florida once again pushing in the latter stages of the period. We've seen that in all 3 games. They've had good starts and good ends to periods. And what they do in the middle, well, they just shut the opponent down and don't allow them much of anything offensively through either of the 2 most important zones, that being the offensive zone and the neutral zone. As 90 seconds exactly to play. Another shot from the outside, misses the net. Here is Tyler Drevich, number 74. Mickey Burns will help him out right next to the Gladiators bench. And those 2 will team up in dumping it in on Florida. But again, the Everblades get the easy exit. And 70 seconds to go in the period. Here's Cody Sylvester, rink wide. He's got a man, and a save made by Johnson on Pearson. Another centering feed, this time for Neely, who is standing right in front of the Florida net. Firiolo, the dish for Neely. Or excuse me, that was for Pearson rather, with Neely waiting in front of the net. Johnson made the glove save. And 51.6 seconds on the clock. The Everblades looking to go into the second intermission up 3 goals. For Florida, this will be their final game of the regular season. Once again, they have a first-round matchup in the Kelly Cup playoffs with the Jacksonville Icemen to get ready for. And for Atlanta, 1 more game after tonight that comes tomorrow. 1 more Battle of Georgia. As Brendan Datema has the puck with 40 seconds to go here in the period. Out at center ice. Getting away from an Everblade at the last moment is Jackson Pearson. He'll look to successfully send it in. It's a puck that goes high in the air. The Glad's unable to glove it down at the offensive blue line. So the Everblades will take advantage and backhand it along. Cody Sylvester, number 16, meets his man right next to the Florida bench. 12 seconds to go here in the period. In the neutral zone at the red line, in fact, Florida will weave right. Onside, 1 last opportunity, but sliding all the way down to the deck is Datema to get the block. And that does it for the period. After 40, Florida 4, Atlanta 1. before we let you go to a quick break and then the second part of the Atlanta Gladiators podcast featuring Matt Ginn, a quick recap of that middle frame. The goals in the second period, there was only one. It came at 12-11. It was Oliver Chow, his 22nd from Logan Lambden and Kyle Betts. The shots on goal, Florida 9 officially, Atlanta 6, 21-13 Everblades for the game. The power plays, Atlanta 0 for 3, Florida 0 for 2. The penalties in the period, there was just one. It was Jesse Lansdale. A 4-minute double minor for a high stick taken at 12-18, and Atlanta did not score on the power play. Drew DeRitter, after 40 minutes, has made 17 saves on 21 Florida shots, while Cam Johnson for the Everblades has stopped 12 of 13. With that, let's send it to a quick break and then right back to the Atlanta Gladiators podcast. I will be back in around 16 minutes to bring you all the coverage of period number 3 with Atlanta looking to forge a monster comeback against the Blades.
And to wrap up your time in the EIHL this past season, you win the EIHL Coach of the Year. Your team improves another 13 points from where they were in 2022-23. Is it the same things that you were talking about, or was there something different about this past season where you were able to see significant growth?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of the same kind of principles. Again, brought in a great group of guys. It was probably the closest dressing room I've been a part of or seen. The guys all got along, but not only just that, like played for each other. Again, we didn't kind of have that one superstar that led the league in scoring. It was a committee thing, and we were a real team to the definition of the word, and that's why we had success. We focused on, like I said, good people. A lot of guys who wore letters in the past that have been around. Had a great captain there, and Cam Critchlow, who was in Jacksonville for a few years too. So the fans might remember him for good or bad. But no, it was just a great group. And like you said, it's always nice to be honored like that, especially from the other coaches and GMs across the league. But again, I think it just speaks to the group that we had and the team really, because when it comes down to it, it's the players, and it was a great year.
Right. And we've seen many coaches come over from the EIHL to North America and have, a lot of sustained success. You look at Andrew Lord, who has now recently departed for the QMJHL, but he led the Swamp Rabbits to a terrific season last year. Do you keep tabs on those guys? And again, what are you going to be able to implement coming over from the play style in that league, transitioning over to the ECHL?
Yeah, I talk with Lordo quite a bit, actually. Like you said, similar situation. I actually played for him a little bit that COVID year in Greenville before I went to Kansas City. And he's a great coach. He's had a lot of success both in Cardiff and in Greenville. I expect him to do great in Halifax too. He's very well prepared. When I actually played against him there when he was in Cardiff, his teams were always, well prepared and very, very good, very, very good teams. So it was nice to learn off him as a player as well, kind of front row seat to that. And so I kind of took a lot of that and then talked to him about the differences, how he kind of builds his team, all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I definitely keep tabs on him there. I think in the EIHL there, a lot of teams don't have I don't want to say a full-time assistant, but a lot of it falls to the coach, which is a great way to learn. Like I said, you kind of get thrown into the deep end, you handle the recruiting, the coaching, kind of the administrative work. So I think it prepares you well to take that next step, or whatever the opportunity is that arrives, whether it's the ECHL or a different league. So I think it definitely prepares you well for those opportunities.
And I know you were coaching last year, Ginner, but were you able to keep any sort of tabs on the Gladiators? You mentioned that you had conversations with current Gladiator head coach Derek Nesbitt towards the middle of last season. So do you have an idea of the group that we had around last year and kind of the season that we had?
Yeah, especially from that point of too, talking with Nezzy and Niels about the team, I was following along. But again, from a recruiting standpoint, it's a lot of kind of the same players that go to the UK or in the ECHL, some American League guys as well. So yeah, I keep tabs on it from a personal and a professional standpoint, I guess. And yeah, I think I've reached out to all the players that we brought back, announced or unannounced so far, and it does seem like a good group. Obviously, there were some struggles, but we're looking to take a big step forward this year.
And it seems like, especially during your time in Manchester, and I've definitely gotten this vibe from Nezzy, is that you both prioritize bringing in high character players. Is that something you'd agree with?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, in Manchester, we weren't able to just kind of throw money at players, so I had to do a little bit more research and try and find not some hidden gems, but guys that were able to thrive in the situation. So that doesn't change in Atlanta either. Talking to players, potential players. Again, I think that's really important. The year can be a grind, so you need a group that plays for each other. Again, not everybody has to be best friends away from the rink, but when it gets to the rink here, everybody's got to play for each other, really promote, I guess, that team first aspect and mentality. And those are the teams that are able to kind of have that continued success.
A little bit of a fun one for you, Ginner. You and Nezzy, I'm sure when we get out onto the ice for our first practice, if conversations must come up about, back in your playing days, if you guys have ever faced each other in a little bit of a practice breakaway. I'm wondering if that ever happened back when you were playing with the Glads, and what kind of move do you think he'd pull on you if he did that now?
Yeah, he might have scored the first time and then never again. He just comes in, he calls it the men's league slider. Just comes in, shoots it around on the ice, just around the stick. So after the first time, I just cheated that move.
That's got to be a frustrating one to give up as a goalie.
Oh yeah, big time. You look bad if you're the goalie and let it in, and you look bad if you're the player and miss.
He's done that to a lot of goalies throughout his career, for sure. Before we wrap up, Ginner, I just want to get into some fan questions asked on both Instagram and X. And let's start off on Instagram. We have Connor asking, what are you looking forward to most this season coming back with the Gladiators behind the bench?
I think first off, it's a great spot to live. I'm looking forward to getting down there. My wife's actually never been to Atlanta, so I've kind of explained that part of it to her. But we're looking forward to getting down there, kind of see some old familiar faces. And from a hockey standpoint, obviously we're in kind of the toughest division in the ECHL, the South. That's kind of where everybody wants to be, and so it's going to be tough. And I'm just excited for competing in that level, in that division. Obviously, we want to take big strides and compete, make the playoffs, and just kind of the day-to-day grind, getting better as a team, most importantly, and then individually learning, becoming a better coach. I think it's a job where I know it's only my, I guess, third and a half year coaching. So there's always things to learn on the job. I don't think it matters whether it's your 10th year or your third year. You're always kind of learning, and I enjoy that part of it too.
Got another fun one for you again. Dan on Instagram asking, this must be from personal experience, how did it feel chipping in an eagle from 150 yards on hole 18 at Cardinal in front of a full house? Got to tell me about that.
Yeah, it's my cousin.
So we
had a family golf event there, I guess 2 or 3 weeks ago, and just kind of a scramble. And on the 18th hole, we were the last group to go, so everybody was kind of sitting by the 18th green, and it was probably 110 yards out, and chipped it up. And I thought, oh, that's a pretty good shot. I was pretty nervous, just didn't want to shank one in front of everybody. So I got under it, and I thought it looked good, and it kind of dropped. There was a bit of a hill in front of the green, so I thought it was close, and then they kind of ran up, and yeah, it was a nice shot.
Got to get you back on the course when you get here to Atlanta, see if you can recreate that.
Well, I mean, that's a little bit of an outlier, but it definitely made me want to go play again.
Yeah, you just didn't want to shank the shot, and you ended up, sinking an epic one. That's awesome.
That's it.
So, Cynthia on Instagram, she asks, "How does your experience as a goalie help when coaching?" Because you said that you were, planning on focusing more on the defense and the goaltending aspect. So, how do you think that's going to help you?
Well, I think I kind of touched on it there earlier. You see the ice so well from the net; everything's in front of you. So I think that's why so many goalies become coaches. They have a good view on things and are kind of involved in all aspects of the game. So I think defensively, you see firsthand what works, what doesn't work, how you get scored on, I guess, and then offensively, kind of see same idea: what worked against you, what you liked, what you didn't like, and kind of put your own twist on things. Coaching wise, I think defensively, my team last year was pretty structured defensively. I think we conceded maybe third least amount of goals in the league or second least. So that was a big area of focus and something we want to translate to excuse me, to Atlanta this year. Because you're not going to be able to win games consistently 7-6, 7-5. The goalies teams are too good. So you got to kind of keep the puck out of your net. And then offensively, Nezzy's been around. He's scored a ton of goals too. So kind of help him out any way I can.
And we haven't yet signed a goalie for the 24-25 season, or at least gone out with one as of yet. My question to you is, how much of goaltending is strictly confidence, and how can you help specifically with whoever is the starter in between the pipes when they go through points during a long season like you touched on, where maybe inconsistency, doubt can maybe creep into the back of your mind?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big part of it. I think like any goalie in the NHL, whatever league, you're going to go through good patches, bad patches, and I think it's just important to kind of go back to your basis foundation of how you play. In practice, that might be simplifying drills, just kind of working on positioning, that kind of stuff. Take kind of I think goalies kind of struggle when they guess. They're guessing shots. You're not kind of getting a read on the release and the plays in front of you, or you're behind the play, whatever it is. So I think again, just kind of having that foundation of where you have success is important, and being able to go back to that. I think it's tough. Definitely the hardest position, where you're not by yourself, but when you're having a tough game, you don't kind of blend in like a player might. As a goalie, you're kind of there, and every mistake you make usually ends up in the back of your net. So again, it's a position where you have to have a short memory, and yeah, just kind of, I guess, create that self-confidence. It's kind of I don't know. I don't use the word confidence a lot, but it's kind of not a cop out, but you kind of got to create that belief in yourself that you're there for a reason. You're good enough to play, and just kind of get back to basics most of the time.
Reassurance more than confidence.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Love it. So one more fan question for you, and then one more question from me, and then we'll let you go. At MCR_Storm_Steward asks on X, "Hey Ginner, how did the move come about, and what will you miss about Manchester apart from having the best stewards in the league?"
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a very passionate fan base over there. It was an incredibly tough decision to leave. So yeah, I think just kind of what I'll miss most about Manchester is the people, whether that's Finn or Mike, the organization. My wife and I both made a lot of friends at the rink, away from the rink. So first and foremost, we'll miss just the people over there. It became kind of our second home, but I know Atlanta will as well. I've had kind of experiences there before where they were great. It's a good group of people in the organization. I know there's been a little bit of turnover, but some familiarity for sure. I'm sure I'll see a ton of familiar faces in the fans and the booster club and all that stuff too. So excited to get over there and see them again. And the move kind of came up, touched on it earlier, just kind of a few things lined up, and I thought it was a good opportunity and time to kind of move back to North America and start our family over here a little bit closer to home. So it was nothing to do with Manchester. They made it comfortable that we would have the baby over there too. And it just kind of geographically, I guess, made sense, and an opportunity for me to kind of kickstart my coaching career in North America.
You touched on the Booster Club real quick. I know we have a ton of Booster Club members that are going to watch this episode. They are truly the unsung heroes of the Atlanta Gladiators organization. Had to be that way even when you were here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a huge part of the team, and it'll be great to get back and see them again, see the new faces as well. They've already reached out about apartments, all that kind of stuff. So they're excited to help. I'm excited to see them again.
Doesn't get any better than the Booster Club for sure. Last question on my end for you, Ginner. What is one thing that fans would not know about you from watching the Atlanta Gladiators podcast? Give me something outside the box, maybe a hobby that not a lot of people know about.
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I'm a big crossword enthusiast. Usually in the morning, I'll do a couple crosswords, get the brain going for the day. And I can't see that changing. I'll probably have the printout, the new USA Today paper printed out, get the crossword going at the rink. And that was something we used to do when I played as well. It's kind of a pro hockey thing. And other than that, a big baseball fan. Looking forward to kind of watching some Braves games and that stuff too. I'm a Blue Jays fan. We won't talk about how the season's going, but yeah, a couple things there.
I'm a Mets fan, so it's been a lifetime of mediocrity for me. So outside of that 1 year in 2015, but Matt, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Atlanta Gladiators podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 37th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; Bellevue University, official higher education partner; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2025 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2025 ECHL Hockey Heritage Weekend. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Blimey, you've led us astray again.
But these maps are so tricky.
I've got your treasure.
Do tell, laddie.
Play Keno and win money every 3.5 minutes. Kevin, give the signal. You pick 10 numbers. Fire! Then Keno picks 20.
The more we be matching, the more we be winning. Ah! And now we feast.
Or not. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators Hockey, live on Flow Hockey and YouTube. We are 25 seconds away from the start of the third period. The Glads down 4-1 to the Florida Everblades. They were down 2-0, then they got within a goal, and Florida responded with 2 more. For Atlanta, the only tally of the contest thus far came at 19:23 of the first period. Jackson Pearson, his 11th from Eric Neely and Andrew Jarvis. But really, the goal that changed the game entirely came just 27 seconds after Pearson scored. Colin Tyson, his 20th, made it 3-1 Florida before the first period was out. The Everblades would tighten up the game in the middle frame, score the only goal, and now they're up 3. Atlanta on the attack here, and inside of the blue line, Florida from right to left will walk out. Your starters presented by CenXL Georgia. First, for your Atlanta Gladiators, up front, it's Eric Neely, the captain, with Cody Sylvester at number 16. And in the middle, it's Jackson Pearson, number 19. On defense, Anthony Firiolo, number 12, the blue liner out of Montville, New Jersey, and Derek Topatic. So we are 40 seconds in, and how do you combat a 3-goal deficit with just under 20 minutes to go in regulation time? Well, it's understanding you cannot get every single goal back at once. You just got to get one at a time and start playing your game. That's what Nezzy would say. Minute 5 into the third. So Derek Topatic will headman Atlanta out of the defensive zone. Thank you to everybody joining us on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Here is Jesse Lansdale, a pass to the front. He nearly had a man streaking in all alone. Lansdale skating with Colin Tyson, but that pass went for his right winger on the line and Alex Kyle. So back to the blue line, a quick shot saved by Johnson, rebound, and he extended his goal stick to get to the second try as Yoder will shoot from the right point. That was a snapshot that Johnson got a block or two. And not many chances for the Glads in this game, but it's good to see Atlanta inside the opening 2 minutes of the third period, getting some opportunities towards Florida's net. As DeRitter, meanwhile, on the ensuing shift, able to get his glove down and make a save. And freeze play, a minute 59 in. Around the ECHL, and specifically the South Division, the Savannah Ghost Pirates lead the Jacksonville Icemen 4-2 on the road. South Carolina up 3-2 over the Norfolk Admirals. And of course, here in Florida, 4-1, the Everblades lead over the Gladiators. That does it for South Division play tonight. At the right circle, here are the Everblades. They look to come right in between the circles. An opportunity does not get through to the net. So at 2:15, swinging at the top of the key and shooting for the Everblades is Colton Hargrove. Once again, did not get through to Drew DeRitter. So the Gladiators playing well in front of their own goaltender. Hargrove had a goal last night. We saw how dangerous he can be. As Randy Hernandez flies into the right wing corner, he tries to body off his man. That's Curtis Henry, the third pairing left-handed defenseman. As behind the net, Atlanta has it. They try to stuff it in on the backhand, but Johnson gets down and makes the denial. And now a few shoves being thrown. Curtis Henry involved as the scrum in between the circles in the Everblades end. Topatic, Firiolo, Burns, and Drevich there for Atlanta. But the referee, Tyler Spott, able to separate everybody with 17-17 to go here in regulation time. For all of those in the YouTube and for those watching on Flow Hockey, hope you will join us at the Aloft Hotel in Lawrenceville, Georgia tomorrow for the final watch party of the season on the final game of the regular season. The puck drops just a few minutes after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The doors open at 4:30. Once again at the Aloft Hotel in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Just ask for Liam, they'll let you in. Nah, they'll let you in either way. As a penalty taken here. A cross check. Hunter Mottinger calls it down. Anthony Firiolo goes to the box. So 3:09 into the third. The Everblades with an opportunity to score a power play goal and extend their advantage to 4 goals. Just a minor penalty, 2 minutes. We've had a lot of double minors tonight, too. But this one, 2 minutes, cross-checking at 3:09, the guilty party, Anthony Furiolo. So the face-off to the stick side of Drew DeRitter, and Atlanta will control. Florida with the puck in the neutral zone. They come in over the attacking line, but offside's the call. And 19 seconds into the power play, we'll have a stop. Colton Hargrove opposes Jackson Pearson on the face-off, and watch out here. Alex Kyle, number 23, he'll swing it up the boards, left wing side. From the line, now to the dot. That was Oliver Chow with the pass down low. This is Cole Moberg, left point, the blue liner. Now atop the left circle, it is Chow down to the goal line. The blast from Moberg, down goes DeRitter. And with the puck to DeRitter's left, he is able to get back up to his skates. And moving the puck around the horn of the Everblades. Quick shot as it's flung on goal from atop the right circle. Got redirected out of play. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself here at all, but I found it very interesting that last night we saw the final score 5-2. And Wednesday night, the same score. And tonight, an opportunity to also finish at a 5-2 score. I wonder how many times that's happened in hockey history, or ECHL history, since that's where most of the 3-game sets against the same opponent come from. How many times have we seen a 3-game set between the same two teams result in the same final score each game? Still have a long way to go for that, but guess I got to get my jinx in early then. No, I can't jinx to my own team now. That would be terrible. Here is Logan Lambden up to the blue line. Lambden gets the return feed, a seam pass, and the one-timer. This time it was blocked. Andrew Jarvis, a terrific play to get in the shooting lane. Here's a slapper from Lambden as it came along the left side, with the crowd going absolutely ballistic behind him. Here is Lambden again, unable to control that cross-ice pass. He's got it back off of the boards. So Logan Lambden, he's tied up by a Gladiator, and it is cleared. That was Tyler Drevich with the excellent work on the penalty kill. That will just about do it for the Florida power play. They have 10 seconds left, so one last rush. It ain't over till it's over. So Florida out through center. They dump it in. Now the power play is over. Out of the box for Atlanta comes Anthony Furiolo. Still in the offensive zone of the Everblades. Quick shot from the right. Stopped by the pad of DeRitter. Everblades still with it. Played down low. A feed to the high slot. A high riser that goes over the stick of DeRitter. Another takeaway by the Everblades in the offensive zone. Quick chance. Save by DeRitter. And how did he get to the follow-up? DeRitter lost his stick. He gets it right back. Play is whistled dead. And wow, what a sequence. There's a lot of speed behind that puck coming DeRitter's way. That was an acrobatic stop for sure. And DeRitter lost his stick. Got help before the whistle came. Shots 4-2 Florida here in this third period, continuing the trend of a very low event game. Media timeout to come. 5:45 gone by here in the third.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that to perform at our best, we need to fuel our body the right way, and that's why we love Jason's Deli. With a wide variety of delicious sandwiches, fresh salads, and hearty soups, we can always count on a satisfying meal. The quality ingredients and generous portions keep us energized and ready for action. Whether it's a quick lunch or a hearty dinner, Jason's Deli is the perfect spot for players and fans alike to enjoy great food and stay energized. For meals that power our game, Jason's Deli is our top choice.
17 on the clock here in the third period. Now we're back. Now we're back. We're so back. No media timeout. False alarm, quick whistle because of a time issue at Hertz Arena. But we were able to fit one 30-second spot in there, but not two, we know for next time. Quick shot from the wall. That was Allen who took it. The 6'3" blue liner did not get through to the net. So again, dancing up along the near boards is Alex Kyle. He'll blow a tire. Furiolo loses his stick again. And now we've got a delayed penalty. It's going to be a 2-minute minor for a trip. And we'll see who's whistled down. I believe the Gladiators are going to be the guilty party here. And they will go to the penalty kill for a 4th time tonight. So Furiolo just came out of the box for his cross-checking minor, taken at 3:09. Now he takes another. Now the media timeout.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that to perform at our best, we need to fuel our body the right way. And that's why we love Jason's Deli. With a wide variety of delicious sandwiches, fresh salads, and hearty soups, we can always count on a satisfying meal. The quality ingredients and generous portions keep us energized and ready for action. Whether it's a quick lunch or a hearty dinner, Jason's Deli is the perfect spot for players and fans alike to enjoy great food and stay energized. For meals that power our game, Jason's Deli is our top choice.
Have you ever watched a hockey game and thought, I could totally do that? Call the game and break down the action? Well, now is your chance to make that thought a reality with a unique and thrilling opportunity on the call with Liam Gotimer. This one-of-a-kind program invites you to step into the broadcast booth with me for an exclusive hands-on experience in the world of sports broadcasting. Whether you're an aspiring broadcaster or a die-hard hockey fan, this is your chance to join in on the fun. Visit AtlantaGladiators.com for more information on how to sign up today.
13:55 to play here in regulation time. The Glads down 4-1 to the Everblades, who have their advantage behind 3 goals in the first period, 1 goal in the second. Neither team finding the back of the net here in the third. The penalty before the media timeout to Anthony Furiolo, a 2-minute minor, taken at 6:05 for tripping. So 2 minor penalties in under a 3-minute span on Furiolo. Cross-checking first, tripping the most recent. Carson Denemy looking for the puck shorthanded as the Everblades have it in the attacking end. No Gladiator has more shorthanded goals this season than Carson Denemy with 2. Here's a quick drive from the line and a score. A power play goal for the Everblades, and Kyle Neuber gets his first goal of the season. Neuber in front of the net, and he tips it in past to Ritter. Took away his vision, and then took the puck and slammed it in. So Neuber in his 37th game of the year gets his 3rd point. He had 2 assists entering tonight's game. And now he gets his first goal. .657 into the third. Here's the goal for the Everblades. Kyle Neuber, an absolute legend around these parts, and he gets a power play goal. I wonder how many power play goals he's had throughout his career as Drevich shoots and a save by Johnson. That was a nicely executed drag and shot play by Drevich. A quick note on Neuber, 7th season this year with the Everblades. All-time franchise leader in penalty minutes with 894. If he plays one more season, he will reach 1,000 penalty minutes, a place that very few ECHLers have gotten to. He's 9th all-time in Everblades history with 282 games played with the club. So a big reason why he gets the loud ovation on the power play goal. If you missed it via the PA, it's Neuber, his first from Moberg and Hargrove. Now the Glads finally in the attacking zone here in this third period. They only have 2 shots in the frame. So a dump in from Lambden. The shots in their totality, 27-15 Florida. 6-2 Everblades here in the period. Another neutral zone takeaway, this time by Florida. Colin Tyson walks in. He'll dip around the Gladiator, playing in game number 70 on the year. Around the net, Tyson holds. He's able to take a shove from Furiolo and not relinquish possession of the puck. Florida's still with it. They'll circle behind the net. A feed to the front is tracked down by DeRitter. 9 minutes here into the third. 5-1 Everblades. We'll stick at Hertz Arena. So once again, this is the final game here for the Everblades during the regular season. And for Atlanta, one more after today. This was supposed to be the end of the regular season for the Gladiators, but a previously postponed game that was supposed to be played in Savannah during the winter, and you know Savannah, Georgia during the winter time. Snow like crazy. Joking, of course. And game postponed, and game gets moved to tomorrow. But now in hindsight, as a Gladiator just thrown into the boards, that's going to be a delayed penalty on Florida here, as one of the 2 referees able to notice that there was something not too good going on in the neutral zone. So a penalty for a cross-check. But once again, in hindsight, I'm happy that the game against Savannah was postponed to tomorrow, because Atlanta, unless they have a magical comeback here in Florida, they will fall in all 3 games in Estero. And even if you don't make the playoffs, you don't want to end the season on a sour note. And the Glads against a team like the Ghost Pirates that they have played well this season, I like their chances, despite Atlanta being on the road tomorrow. They've only won 11 games on the road this season. They've lost 20 games, not including tonight. As a shorthanded odd man rush for Florida. This will be a 2-on-1. They score. .22 seconds into the Gladiator power play. It is the Everblades who score shorthanded, and it's Oliver Chow, his 2nd goal of the game. Harrison Israel's in the box for boarding. The penalty taken at 9:23. But the Everblades score their 6th goal of the game. Their 2nd here in the third. They've got a power play goal and a shorthanded goal in the period alone, as we have just reached the midway mark. Thank you for everybody continuing to tune in on Flow Hockey and YouTube Live. Here is Jeremy Hansel, a diagonal pass picked off It's now a 3-on-2 rush for the Everblades from right to left. Here's Tyson, a backhander, saved by DeRitter. And the puck goes out of play as the Glads try to get it out of the defensive zone. And we'll have a stoppage. 58 seconds into the power play. Glads still on a power play. The shorthanded goal for the Everblades comes at 9:45. It's 2:58 after Neuber scores his power play goal from Moberg and Hargrove. The shorthanded tally, once again, at 9:45 from Chow is 23rd, and Betts. Kyle Betts the only assist, I should say. As another clear for the Everblades here. Here is Alex Young, number 22, out at center ice. He'll peel it over to the left wing. A Gladiator takes a big hit. And really no reason for that extra physicality. Up 5 goals if you're the Everblades, in my opinion. A lot of youngsters on this Atlanta team, and just to be going all out, trying to finish your checks like it's Game 7 of a Kelly Cup playoff series. A bit excessive, a tad. Tad. .902 to go in regulation. Sylvester shoots from the right circle. Blocked before getting to the net and cleared. Topatic back on it for Atlanta. Good to see Derek Topatic. So number 28 inside of his own blue line. A backhand pass for Nick Wong, number 23. Right wing side, Sylvester. Wong has it to the net. It's blockered away by Johnson. Neely will push it down the far boards. Wong has it. Sylvester shoots. Looking from a tip from either Pearson or Neely. Didn't get one from either one. Here is Topatic. A slap shot from the line. And another save by Johnson. Maybe a block in front as well. So Brendan Datema has the puck behind his own goaltender. Datema will try to walk it out left wing corner. He goes D to D instead of going up the middle of the ice. Good idea. Right next to the Atlanta bench, a Gladiator takes a tumble. The Everblades content with overtaking possession right outside of the blue line, and they'll send it in on DeRitter, who comes out of his net again. The Glad's unable to get a line change, so Datema stays out there. He'll pass it to the far boards. It deflects. And right next to the Everblades bench, it's sent in by the Glads on Cam Johnson with 7.5 minutes exactly to go here in regulation time. Might be a 3-on-2 here for Florida. Right circle, the Everblades look to the blue line instead to the net. Instead of to the net, I should say. And Curtis Henry couldn't stop it down. Here is Tyson shooting. Stick save made by DeRitter. May have gotten a piece of the biscuit with his blocker too. This is Henry, left circle, blocked in front. Glads clean up the mess in front of their own net. And now walking out of the zone will be a combination of Ryan Cranford and Jeremy Hansel, but neither player able to enter over the attacking line cleanly, and will play on. 6:47 to go here in the third. 6:40 and counting left to play. Another 3-on-2 for Florida. Save made by DeRitter. Here's a quick shot from the line for the Everblades as they look for another goal through traffic. Here's Allen at Atlanta Blue. He dives to keep it in. Right next to the right circle and the Gladiator bench. Florida keeps it in. 6:10 to play here in regulation. The Everblades all over the Glads, out shooting Atlanta 10-6 here in the third, 31-19 for the game. Florida with 3 goals in the first, 1 goal in the second, and 2 goals in the third. Zach Yoder with it, inside of his own territory. He'll go D to D with Topatic. 5:45 to go. The Everblades fans can feel it now. They're ready for the postseason. As it's thrown up the middle of the ice, intercepted by Florida again. This time, Alex Young stays atop the zone and gets his stick in the way, but unfortunately, he punched it all the way down the ice, and this will be a SNXL icing.
Screening exams can identify abnormalities before you have noticeable symptoms. Proactive healthcare starts with you. Visit radiologyregional.com. To learn more, don't forget, the pink and the red jerseys are being auctioned off right now through the Dash Auction app, courtesy of Radiology Regional, benefiting the Cancer Alliance.
Off of the draw, an extra poke check by the Gladiators will send Alex Young on his horse after the biscuit. Young couldn't get there, so the Everblades will move it over to a vacated area in the far corner. Here is Young behind the opposing goal. He loses it, pinching up at the line nicely is Furiolo. He centers, and the puck does not get through to Young, and it's deflected on ahead by the Everblades. Harrison Israel's number 27 couldn't come away with it. And in the neutral zone, it's sent out by the Glads. One last media timeout in this one. 6-1, Blades.
The Atlanta Gladiators know that nothing fuels our game like a delicious meal from Grandma's New York Pizza and Pasta. With fresh ingredients and a variety of mouth-watering toppings, Grandma's has something for every fan. Whether you're enjoying a classic pepperoni or trying one of their creative specialty pizzas, you can taste the passion in every single bite. So, next time you're looking to gather with friends or celebrate a win, head to Grandma's New York Pizza and Pasta in Lawrenceville and Sewanee, where great food and team spirit come together.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to Atlanta Gladiators hockey. 4:49 to play here in the third. They're down 5 goals to the Florida Everblades, who have received tallies from Jesse Lansdale, Andrew Fighton, Colin Tyson, Oliver Chow, Kyle Newber, and Oliver Chow again. Unfortunately, with that 6th goal for the Everblades coming shorthanded from Chow, it will end the streak of 5-2 finishes. But Atlanta will lose all 3 games in Estero. And their losing streak against the Everblades has extended. Hold on, look away, Glads fans. To 15 straight. Stretched by Florida, who are still playing like this is a big-time game. You gotta love it. SNXL icing on the Everblades, who were so hot in pursuit of another goal that they end up icing the puck. Another opportunity for you, SNXL Georgia. Thank you to SNXL and all of our sponsors at the Glads. Once again, don't miss tomorrow's broadcast. If you cannot be at the Aloft in Lawrenceville, I will be with you for the Battle of Georgia, final game of the 24-25 regular season. Mike Raymer joins me during the first period. Karen Zenner during the second. And the third period, my final, as your broadcaster, I will be by myself. As Jackson Pearson takes a hit inside of his own zone. Right next to the Atlanta bench, Jarvis will move it up. It's picked up by Neely. He'll drive down the right wing. Neely takes a hit to the back from Henry. He gets right back up. At the blue line, Yoder does well to rectify his mistake. But still, walking out of the defensive zone will be Kyle. He'll elect to peel back. Under 4 minutes to go here in regulation. Florida still with it. Shots 32-20 now, Everblades. 11-7 Florida in the period. And very seldom this season do you see Atlanta getting outshot in all 3 periods of a game. But that's what's happened here tonight. 7, 6, and 7 shots on goal, first to third. As another stop at 3:27. Well, there's another media timeout. We'll be right back. Three minutes, 27 seconds to go here in regulation. The Everblades have a 5-goal lead over the Glads in the final head-to-head meeting this season. The Everblades faithful have enjoyed 3 straight seasons with a championship, looking to make it 4. And it all starts in the next couple of weeks for the Everblades. 3:08 to go here. See if Atlanta able to pot one more goal before the third period comes to an end. 3 minutes exactly to go. The puck to the left of Drew DeRitter. Atlanta down 5. The Glads do get it out of the defensive zone, but the Everblades make sure that they are back. And Curtis Henry will walk in. His pass to the low slot intercepted, but Hansel unable to skate out. So turning on his man, gaining body position, easy to do when you're 6'5", is Zach Yoder. But the Everblades still at the puck. They look to center to the front. No path there. Played down to the goal line, now to the slot, subsequently the goal crease. And Cranford will move it from the far corner to the near corner. And now in the trapezoid with just over 2 minutes left to go. The Glads will skate from left to right. Here's Ryan Cranford. He'll weave left, backhand the puck on. But again, another stop at the blue line. This will be in offsides. .51 to play at Hertz Arena. Liam Gotimer here with you on Flow Hockey and YouTube Live. 71st game of the season for your Atlanta Gladiators. The club will take on the Savannah Ghost Pirates tomorrow on the road. Puck drops at 5 p.m. Under 90 seconds left to play. The only goal for the Gladiators tonight came from Jackson Pearson at 19:23 of the first. Pearson his 11th from Neely and Jarvis. 70 seconds on the clock now. Dumped in down the right wing side from Carson Denemy. He'll go off for a line change. As you heard from the PA announcer, under a minute to play, under a minute. Another offsides, this time at the Atlanta line. Really, the only good two things to happen tonight, Jackson Pearson's goal and Jared surprising me with the Diet Coke and the Dasani, which cannot be forgotten about. Notice I drank more of the Dasani than I did of the Diet Coke. Not a lot of aspartame for this guy. As Atlanta forced to defend here, DeRitter makes a glove save. Is there still aspartame in Diet Coke? There definitely is. It's so bad for you. Yeah, it is. Caramel color and aspartame with carbonated water. So good, though. Look up aspartame. It's just not good for you, all right? My mom told me you don't drink the aspartame. And here I am drinking the aspartame. I won't do that on camera. No stained teeth. 30 seconds to go here in the game. Offensive zone face-off win for the Everblades. Quick shot. Misses DeRitter's glove hand. From the right point, quick drive. Misses the net. 20 seconds to play now. Rolled around the back of the Gladiator net. Atlanta has it. They'll come through center. Neely one-hands it. This will be numbers right at the buzzer. Neely to the front. And Johnson gets down, makes a save. One more chance from Pearson. 3 seconds left to go. And this game is over. What did he say? What did my dad say? Tell me. I'm an aspartame. What does that mean? I'm a dangerous chemical that's harmful to humans? Okay. A quick recap of tonight's game before we let you go. Thank you so much for everybody watching on Flow Hockey and YouTube. Atlanta's only goal comes from Jackson Pearson at 19:23 of the first period. It's his 11th, assisted by Eric Neely and Andrew Jarvis. For the Everblades, Jesse Lansdale, Andrew Fighton, Colin Tyson, Kyle Neuber, and Oliver Chow scored twice for Florida. The shots on goal in the third, 12-9 officially for the Everblades, 33-22 Florida for the game. The power plays, Florida was 1 for 4, Atlanta was 0 for 4. The penalties in that third period, Anthony Furiolo went off for 2 straight minor penalties. First at 3:09 for a cross-check, then at 6:05 for a trip. Last but certainly not least, Harrison Israels went off for a board at 9:23. No harm for the Everblades, though, because Oliver Chow scored shorthanded. The goaltenders, Cam Johnson in the win, earns victory number 37. He is now 37-6-4. He makes 21 saves on 22 shots. Drew DeRitter for Atlanta loses his 19th game of the year in his 37th appearance. He makes 27 saves on 33 shots tonight. The 3 stars, the third star, Cam Johnson, the second, Oliver Chow, and the first star, scoring his first power play goal and first goal of the season, is Kyle Neuber. Atlanta in the loss falls to a record of 28-34-7-2. They remain at 65 points, while Florida in the victory concludes the season at 49-15-7-1. They have 106 points and have a date with the Jacksonville Icemen in the first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Atlanta Gladiators Hockey and the Premier AA Hockey League, the ECHL. My name is Liam Gotimer. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to have joined you tonight. Until next time, which is tomorrow, the final time ever, for me at least, but the final time this season, game 72 of 72, when your Atlanta Gladiators battle the Savannah Ghost Pirates. A special thank you to Authenticate Graphic Design and Video Production, who, as always, helped to produce our YouTube broadcasts this evening. Be sure to join me for tomorrow's game. It's number 72, baby, Atlanta and Savannah. The Battle of Georgia. The puck drops shortly after 5 p.m. and the coverage begins on Flow Hockey and YouTube at 4:45. See you then. If we're going to do that, let's do that right, shall we? Stay safe, stay well, and as always, go Glads.